Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the red coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight and heat scale, 12 stone, 3 pounds, 5 ounces. Tonight is his 69th professional appearance in a ring, presenting from Lydney. Here is Louis Pucci van Poetsch. And
even Passo's laughing at that one, he can't contain himself.
And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the white colour shorts trimmed with the spangled green effect. At the weight he's skilled, 11 stone, 9 pounds, 7 ounces. From 2 contests, he has 2 wins. Hailing from Leigh, here is the undefeated Kyle Lomotey. Timekeeper of the bell, Peter Humphrey, referee in charge of the action, the excellent Darren Sargentson, for 3-minute rounds.
Okay, fellas, both know the rules, keep it clean, don't anything low, watch your heads. When I say break, take a step, most important, defend yourself at all times.
Here we go then. Kyle Lomotey looked to keep winning after his performance on the Jolly Boys, and he looked good against Darryl Sharp that night, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's obviously relatively new in the game.
Seconds out, round 1.
A real classy southpaw, and looks in pretty good nick as well. So he's obviously taking it up to the next level regarding his fitness, which he needs to do. From amateur to professional, that transition can be quite difficult at first, but obviously it looks like he's taking it up to water, so he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Lewis van Poetsch, he's a strange test, isn't he? As in, he's one of those journeymen where he's almost always smaller than whoever he's fighting.
And
problem for him.
Because of that, it puts him in a little bit of an advantage because he's always small, as you rightly point out. Same as like someone like Mike Tyson, and I'm certainly not, comparing him to Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson was always the smaller of the opponent, and that worked in his advantage. So people thought they would keep it long and he could get inside. Don't get me wrong, Van Poetsch isn't in that area, but he's obviously something he's used to. So, and Kyle should be just keeping it long early doors and then looking to go through the gears the longer it goes then. But Van Poetsch he's tough enough, certainly. Obviously 69 bouts. He's not a relative novice.
Sean, I'll ask you the same question as I did last time. Seen much of these two?
Lomotey more so than Poetsch. Lomotey, he did look pretty decent in his first outing, as Nigel was saying earlier there. Obviously, he's going to be looking to step it up now, again, against another good journeyman. He's starting off pretty well here. He's trying to find the openings to the body, and then we're switching to the head. Good body shot there again.
I knew Kyle and through the amateurs, went with him through the amateurs, boxed against him a few times. That's the VIP gym. So he's stayed true to his amateur roots and stayed with Damien, who's his old amateur coach, and now he's his professional coach. So he's a classy kid. Never excelled massively in the ABAs, and I think he always had one eye on turning professional anyway. But he's really a classy fighter, and I like the way he moves. And he's got a younger brother who's also doing some good things down at Aston VIP, their amateur gym. But I'd be murdering this kid with a jab non-stop at first, just finding his way, which he seems to be doing quite well. Looking around the outside to hurt the kid downstairs.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for that body, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And all the guys that have turned pro from the amateurs with Damien Jones that stayed with him, they've all made the transition quite well. It was a new thing, really, wasn't it? All of them turning pro at the same time, and the transition they had to make. And sometimes people can't get that quite right, but they're all looking to be solid professionals so far.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think for me, the first round in the bag for Kyle. And listen, a lot of the times that's all they've got in their mind, in the back of their mind, these kids turning professional. When really they should really, learn the art first, learn the sport at length, get a real education in the game before they do go. But a lot of the times, and don't get me wrong, I understand why, because a lot of the neutrals in the sport or neutrals outside don't really appreciate the amateur sport. So when they find out you're a professional, they think that you're better. But certainly in my experience, there are many amateurs who never turn professional who'd beat 90% of the professionals in the game. So the standard of amateurs is getting better, and that helps with the
Corners, 10 seconds.
with the future of the sport.
Seconds out, round 2.
Yeah, like I said before, I think more of the same from Kyle. He's cruising in there a little bit already, isn't he? He knows that he can get the job done, picking the shots like he is and keeping it at range.
Yeah, and his opponent Lewis he's a tough old wily character and pretty entertaining to watch. He'll give it a go, but sometimes very early on they realise that they're sort of outclassed and maybe just want to see the end of it so they can get they can go on to a new contest next week rather than getting a 28-day stoppage, which is obviously financially not viable for them. So sometimes it's about they have a go early doors, but Lewis hasn't seemed to do it really, come out of his shell, because Kyle seems to be a class above him at the moment.
Yeah, and every time he throws that left hand down the middle, it seems to be landing through the guard. From Kyle.
Yeah, I think again, I'm sure he'll evolve it. He's not going through the gears. He's not got out first gear yet, so maybe the corner, his corner, maybe telling him to push on towards the end of it and looking for a stoppage rounds 3 or maybe rounds 4. But who knows? Obviously, that's the beauty of our sport. You're only one punch away from a nightmare or a fantastic event. So we'll see.
He's doing exactly what you said as well before the fight. He's just keeping it at range with that jab, flicking it out, keeping Van Poetsch where he wants him to be.
Yeah, it's a hard night's work for Van Poetsch, in fairness. But again, he's done it 69 times before, so he knows the game. And again, I say these people are the journeymen. They're the lifeblood of this sport, because without them, it's been an opponent. And don't get me wrong, some of them are very unlucky. Some of the away fighters don't get the credit they deserve, and sometimes some of the decisions. I know Brett Fido, who's boxing tomorrow night. I believe that he was very unlucky to lose his last contest. But that's the game. They're on an uphill battle against the hometown fire, but I mean, there's no way in the world you could say that Lewis is even sharing half of his rounds, because Kyle's just a bit of a masterclass, really, and I do believe that he'll go through the gears at some point the longer that it goes.
And it is invaluable experience, isn't it? You have to fight guys like this if you're going to step up.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the kids who are turning pro, who are Olympians, who are internationals, they've won high level at amateurs, but then to get in there, it's a whole new game. It's a new adventure, and it's about sitting down in the shots as Kyle is doing. And for me, it's 2 hours, 2 rounds for him there. So
yeah, and Kyle landed an uppercut there at the end of the round, and Van Poetsch just nodded his head and told him it was a nice shot. And when you're fighting these journeymen, when they start nodding at you and things like that, you can tell they're really appreciating your work, because they've obviously seen it all before and been there and done that. And when they're in there with a fighter that is giving a bit of trouble, it says a lot, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, they know how to survive and keep out of the way and not get hurt. Obviously, you've got people like one of the best who I believe is Christian Lay, who's also boxing tonight, boxing Adam Ridge. Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Reliable, he's there, he's always there, and that's
Corners, 10 seconds.
And he can survive, and people very, very, very rarely does he get stopped.
Seconds out, round 3.
More of the same for Kyle this round, and again maybe put his foot down a little bit just to attempt the stoppage, but I don't think there's any disgrace in not stopping this kid, because he's such a wily old fella, and again the guy's got to come back and earn some more money next week, so that's their game. And Lewis is tucking up beautifully, really, but it's about finding those gaps for Kyle, and learning how to go through the gears, and kids who need to survive, because they're going to have it the higher they go. When they've hurt kids, so people survive and not getting hurt, so they've got to prize it open. It's obviously harder with these kids because they're doing it from the very start of the contest a lot of the times. It's a nice uppercut there for Kyle, and just going to go through the gears I'd expect.
He's not trying to force it either, which is good. He's just relaxing behind that jab, and he knows that he can stand behind the jab all night if he wants to.
Yeah, I believe he's trying to go through the gears now. He's, as I said at the start of the contest, I mean, he looks in pretty good nick. So that's why, I think he would be able to push it on. It's a 4-round fight, so he knows he's at the halfway mark now. Can maybe try and let things go a little bit more and try and hurt Lewis. But Lewis is, as I say, he's wild enough to tuck it up and not get hurt.
The thing with Kyle is he's not rushed his work at all. He's just took his time, and like you say, he's going through the gears and he's looking for them opportunities. But as you were saying, Lewis, he's tucking up nice, but Kyle is getting some shots through at times. But obviously, like you were saying again earlier, Lewis, he knows how to tuck up well. He knows how to get through the rounds. He knows how to survive, ready to be out for the following week.
It's a great testament to the fitness of both fighters. Lewis, especially because he's week on week, and maybe they may not train as much as Kyle, because they have a fight a week a lot of times, a couple of fights a month. So, but they have to stay in the gym all the time and be ever ready, because the phone can call any time, and they are reliable. As I said before, it's the lifeblood of our sport.
Just asking on the live stream about Damien Chambers. He got the win in the first round earlier on tonight in the first fight. He looked devastated in that one. Got a lot of talent still to come tonight. Some fighters have got potential to go a long way in the game. And for you, obviously, Mark Leach is in there tonight, and he's one guy that a lot of people are starting to talk about now. He's starting to step it up in levels and get to those title fights very soon.
Yeah, I mean, we hope, and we'd like to expect that his next fight may be for a title of some magnitude. I mean, we're looking at English, maybe even British, obviously. Mark's coming at bantamweight tonight, looking at either bantamweight, super bantamweight, or even super fly. They're the people who are going to be chasing down.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Next, we believe in Mark.
Seconds out for your fourth
very highly.
and final round.
But he's got a great job done tonight. As Kyle has here, Kyle's looking pretty good to me. I'm very impressed with him. Obviously, as I say, I've known him a long time, and he's a talented kid. And that transition to the pros just seems to be a given at the moment. And he's doing very well, obviously, out of Astley VIP down there. I like the loyalty, the commitment that he's shown to the gym, and he's entrusted in the guys down there, because they took him quite high through his amateur career, and why not his professional career as well. They're starting out in the professional game, and they know it quite well now. So they're getting quite a lot of fighters in there and doing magnificent stuff in there. So Kyle working all over the body quite well, and probably sitting down his shots a little bit more now. Maybe trying to finish it the last round, and he wants to put on a show for his paying fans, which is obvious.
Yeah, Van Poetsch came out and had a little go at the start of that round, but Kyle hit him with a couple of body shots, and I think he realised it probably wasn't the best idea. So he just took back up again. Blood coming from the nose of Van Poetsch now as well. And Kyle's showing now that he can mix it on the inside as well. He's not just one of these guys that that stays behind the jab all the time. If he has to get on the inside and fight, he can do, and he's doing it very well there.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's really hurting the body and then switching the attack upstairs, sort of moving from body to head flawlessly, really. And that's really, again, a testimony of the coaching that he's received, and so he's really, really doing well. And if Van Poetsch came and actually wanted to have a go, then I do believe that there'd be more chance of him getting out of there. And it looks like he's hurt him to some tune now, and he's trying to push on and hurt and keep it and get him out of there early. As I say, proved very difficult because of their longitude in the game and all that. The guy's got some serious bottle and seriously tough, but as I said previously, after 69 fights, then you'd expect that as well.
Yeah, Kyle's really putting it on him here in the last round. It's like you said, you expected him to step up in gears in the last round, and he has certainly done that.
Yeah, I like the way he switched it. He's actually held his feet and sort of gone head to head with Van Poetsch, and because he'd hurt him from distance and realised he's never going to stop him from there. So at least he's trying to change his game plan. So he's got an A plan and a B plan, which is what you need at the highest level of our sport. It's a cracking fight.
Yeah, really good performance from Kyle.
Definitely. And Van Poetsch has done well, seeing the final bell. He lives to fight another day and do what he does very well.
It's a good learning fight for Kyle, I think. You talked about it, you guys, throughout the commentary here, that he sort of slowly stepped through the gears, and in that last round he really worked his opponent quite well. He started to step it up, throwing them shots to the body, hurting his opponent. It was quite noticeable in that last round there, and I think he's put a good performance on. And to be honest with you, it only looked like he'd got, maybe out of first gear, if that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he needed to go through him, but it was a learning fight for him. And he obviously thought, he was thinking about it and trying to switch it up at the end and get in the last round to get close to the guy and take the body to pieces and take it to the head, which he did it very well.
Yeah, I think that's as clear as a 40-36
Ladies and
as you'll ever
gentlemen,
see.
after 4 rounds of boxing, referee Darren Sargentson has adjudged this particular contest 40 points to 36 points for your winner, now undefeated in 3 professional contests, Kyle Lomotey.
I'm all right, thanks.
And a character as always, ladies and gentlemen, and a fine boxer himself, Louis Van Poetsch.
Matt Hassan's jumped on commentary with us now, and I think we have to start with that performance from Damien Chambers. What performance that was.